What up, folks? We are live. It is the True Vapor Show. Yay! How's everybody doing out there? It's ST. And we got another fine show for y'all today. By the way, real quick, if you're watching Mikey, I'm representing, baby. Mike Vapes. Get that shit. All right, so we're going to get started down the road. So take it away, Daniel.
Hello, everybody. I'm Daniel, DJ LSP Vapes, back from Detroit, and I'm safe. Today I'm vaping on the Crixus tank on the Crixus tank on top of the iStick TC 120 watts. I'm also vaping on the K-Fun Mini V3, and by the way, loving this thing. On top of the Wismac Presser 75 with the latest firmware upgrade. And I'm also vaping on the Griffin Eye. It's the Griffin base screwed into the Gemini tank because the Gemini base, at least mine, is a piece of shit. And the Griffin base screws into the Gemini tank on top of the SX Mini ML class. Take it away, ST.
Sweet. And by the way, Daniel, you might want to refresh, baby. You're just a little choppy.
Choppy, choppy.
Choppy, choppy. All right. And next to him, we have Daryl.
Hey, everybody. Daryl Shergan, Quest for Vape. I'm at Long Island Vaporium in Ronkonkoma, New York. And today I am vaping on the Mason RDA 30 millimeter size. Matchy flush, perfectly fits on this Camry AK-47 mod. This sucker is perfectly sized for that. And in that I am vaping the GOAT from Supercharged Heaven. But I also have the Cloud Chasers Inc. RDA. This is the Archon. Vaping that on my logo-fied RX200. And in that I'm trying out this new Space Jam. Came out with a new flavor called Parsec. That's a mango orange smoothie. It's pretty good. And oh, one more thing. And I've got my Able mod, matchy with my Temple Mini. It's a nice matchup, right?
Oh yeah, that's sweet looking.
And that's all I'm vaping right now.
Yeah, cheetah. Well, and next to him we have Mark.
What's up, everybody? Good morning to the YouTube community out there. Today I am vaping on the S-Body DNA 200 Ghost V2 RDA. Inside here I have some of this Raven's Milkshake by Dead Mods. These are the guys that make the RDA and these mechanical mods. I guess they're making low-cost e-juice.
Holy crap, that's a big-ass bottle.
Hell yeah, it is. And I'm also vaping on, let me see, this is the Apache, I believe, RTA 25 millimeter, the VCMT killer, sitting on top of this big-ass, I think it's a CNR box, quad 18650s in parallel. Pew! This thing is an awesome vape. And inside there, I have some of Adore's lovely hazy custard because I refilled at Detroit. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Very simple.
Sweet. All right, next time we have Zach.
What's going on, people? Welcome to my new camera angle. Hope you like it. I am vaping on this DNA 133 with the Mason RDA on top. Inside of that, I'm vaping some of this Four Fathers e-liquid called Adams, which is like a marshmallow Rice Krispie treat. Absolutely changing my vape game. I love it. It's delicious. Next to that, the other thing that I'm vaping really is this Aromamizer with the new Trinity top cap. Ooh, look at that thing. It's so sexy.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm vaping on the Dicodes Extreme V2 Plus with the spring-loaded center pin and the new firmware. I am vaping that in stainless steel temperature control mode with a fairly high ohm coil like a 0.5, and this 40-watt device does that very nicely.
Nice. Very nice.
Ooh, sweet, sweet. All right, and today I am rocking my new iStick 100-watt TC, which I am freaking loving. That I thought I never would, but it's a pretty little badass device. On that, I've got the Rafael, and in the Rafael, I have got some top secret Adore e-liquid that is not available to the public yet that I'm trying out. That is some awesome stuff. So y'all will soon maybe get your hands on that. Also, I'm on the old trusty LI with the P-Tree doing, which I got this at the show, the stud muffin. Man, that's some good stuff right there. Real good stuff. So.
Hell yeah, baby.
Hell yeah, baby. So,
Really good stuff.
It is. It's awesome. I wish I'd have grabbed some more, but. Well, we are back from the show. Everybody is cranking videos out from the show. We had an awesome time there. The show, I think itself, was maybe just a tad bit disappointing because it was a little smaller than what we were, we were hoping it'd be bigger. But I think for a big part of this group right here, it was all just about getting to hang with one another. So all good, and that was the biggest thing to me, was everybody getting to hang out. So, but yeah. So what's happening out there in chat and on the panel? How is everybody doing this morning?
I miss y'all like a motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
It's crying. It's terrible. I haven't been able to sleep.
Oh, one thing I wanted to point out, because I wanted to do this. I would like to congratulate Mark. He hit over his 50,000 yesterday. Hell yeah, baby!
It's about time. Wait so long for that? Now I'm going to kick back and just relax.
Yep. He's getting out of the business now, so
Hell
thank
yeah.
you. And I see you out there, Andrew. What's up, baby? How you doing? So, yeah, man, we had an awesome time at the show. I would like to thank everybody, too, that had a chance to come out, that we got to talk with, people that, like watching shows and keeping up with our channels. It was very humbling to meet all of y'all, so had a very, very awesome time. We took a lot of videos, a lot of pictures, and shit, man, we had a damn good time out there.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
I think everyone's got some Detroit footage on their channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check out everybody's channel. I don't think ST has any footage yet.
I will pretty soon.
Me too. I'm working it together.
Come on, guys.
Just don't
Come
check
on.
mine.
Come on with it.
Don't
Yeah, there's a
check
lot of-
mine because you can
a lot of
you
airplane.
can have some jet lag in the end.
I got kind of airsick when I was watching yours.
Yeah, I kind of want to borrow a couple of pieces of footage from other people. Dirty has a piece of footage right up as Brian's playing with the mod before he drops it, and ST is walking up behind him. And then Fluffy has video just a second later as ST is walking up behind him and he drops the mod. ST jumps because he drops it. So
I know.
I want to piece those two pieces together so that you can see every second of where Brian goes from, this is the illest fucking mod ever, it's so awesome, and then as you turn camera angles, you see everything go completely catty.
And I think the reason why I jumped so hard, because I was like, holy crap, I cannot believe that high dollar mod just hit the ground like that. So,
Only Brian.
yeah.
That was priceless, man.
But at least now Brian owns a very nice Filipino mod, like one of the most expensive mods he owns, I think.
Yeah, I only spent half the freaking weekend fixing it for him. He broke everything on it eventually.
Yeah, we better keep him with like an iStick or something. If he tears it up, it won't be so costly. So
He comes to me, he's like, now the batteries aren't springing up. So I take it apart, I fix that, put it back together. He comes back to me later, now the trigger's not working. So I take that apart, loosen it up, fix that. Like, dude, chill out on this thing.
crazy, but man, it was, words can't express how awesome a time we had out there. So it was a very short trip, but Woo, I'll tell you this, and speaking for myself only, it was a lot of damn walking out there. We thought well, I was kind of thinking the convention center was a little closer to the hotel, but we'll come to find out it wasn't. It snowed all that Saturday and was cold as a biatch between all them buildings with the wind blowing. And, people like Daryl and all these other little in-shape folks like to walk fast as hell, and me and Mark just drag along behind.
I took the shuttle like 1 block.
I think we should lobby during the next VPX. We should lobby for them to get us those little hover rounds.
Yeah, we needed something.
Or at least a scooter. Shit, get me a scooter.
Yeah, we need some easy transportation on the feet, because that was no good. My ankles felt like stubs by the end of the weekend.
Yeah, and there was a whole lot of walking done just in the convention center itself. So,
Yeah. For me, it was mainly about a confirmation of our friendship, and I really enjoyed. But I still feel smaller than everyone else.
Oh, you are. Trust me, you are smaller. I picked you up. You're small.
yeah.
Couple 100 pounds smaller.
Hell yeah. Well, and that was the funny thing too. Of course, Mark and Angela picked me up from the airport, and so as soon as we get to the hotel, we're out there unloading, and Mike Vape runs out the door and damn near tackles me. So we started off right off the bat, and then when we're in the hotel lobby waiting to go up, Daryl steps out, and I'm like, shit. I thought I was going to be the tallest one of the bunch, but hell, Daryl looks to be taller than me, so Daryl got to be my bodyguard for the weekend. So.
Yeah, Daryl doesn't let on to his height, does he?
No, he doesn't.
House of celebrities. Celebrity weekend.
It was definitely awesome. Definitely.
I want to thank iJoy for the dinner. They took us all to dinner, and I want to thank Arctic Dolphin for the free water. You guys saved me a lot of money on water, trust me. $5 a bottle? Hell yeah.
I'm going to shout out Peg and Don for, having a booth for us all to just take a break.
Exactly.
And
that was definitely a lifesaver with Peg and Don having the booth there. Everybody kind of dropped their bags off when needed to be, because I know for a fact that Kennard, Dirty, and Zach were pretty much loading down pretty hard on stuff. So they were actually, it was like Halloween night, and they were out in the neighborhood trick-or-treating, and they'd fill their bags up and come back, dump off, and go back out again. So
yeah. Because the backpack was getting heavy. I started out with just the backpack, and that thing got heavy quickly, so yeah. And then by the end of it, I was telling the Freemax girl she wanted me to take some tanks. I'm like, I'm sorry, I've literally packed my bag to the point where I can't fit anything else in it. I'm just packed. There's nothing else I can do for you. And then she saw me coming out of the gift shop with shot glasses for my wife. Right after I told her that I had a gift bag in my hand.
So, Mark's got some interesting news that he probably didn't think was going to happen, but Mark just gets back from Detroit and is headed out again. You want to tell us about that?
Hell yeah! I get back, and UL wanted to know if I wanted to go to Vegas, the TPE event, which is like one of the biggest. It's a tobacco vaping machinery event. So there's like cigars, pipes. I think there's like bongs and shit, which some people may think is a bad idea. But I think the whole mixing the vaping with cigars and pipes is kind of a good thing, because then we can kind of, maybe turn some people into vaping. But there's going to be like all the manufacturers from China are going to be there. So that's one of the reasons I want to go there, because there's going to be a lot of new gear, a lot of unreleased gear. And it's going to be like a lot of hardware. So that's why I really want to go to this one, because a lot of the events are e-juice. So I'm really excited about going here. And I'm going by myself. So my wife's not going with me. So I'm going to be alone. I'm going to be scared. I'm going to be in G-Spot fucking 24 hours a day, but it should be a lot of fun.
Don't cry, baby.
I'm going to cry. But yeah, I'm really excited to do that. Very excited.
I'm setting up some better camera equipment for next time. I want to be able to record without actually having to hold the camera, and I would like, if I can possibly do it, to get better audio. Well, like, what do you think about that?
That could work.
Yeah,
Without holding a
hat
cam?
Like a hat cam would just...
That's Pissardo has one of those, and he still can't find the right one that actually works good.
Hmm.
He had one, I think it's on it's on a set of glasses. Then he had one that goes around your neck, and then but I guess the angle is always off or something.
Hmm.
But yeah, that would be so nice to have something you don't have to hold and just walk around and film everything.
Yeah.
I like that rig that Fluffy had set up with the high-end GoPro and that nice Rode mic and that great tripod.
Yeah, I was
He took
thinking
some
that
good
little
video.
tripod, I might be able to wrap that around my chest some way. Because it had all the bendy things. If I had like a backpack on, I might be able to mount that around the backpack, and I don't know.
You could wrap it right around your face.
I don't care,
like
dude.
an alien.
As long as I don't have to hold it, because holding that shit while I'm trying to hang out with all my friends is way too difficult.
Yeah. Well, and Fluffy did a lot too. With them having the booth right there, also, he was able to position a camera to have, and you'll see a lot of that footage there where it's just a stationary thing, which was cool also, because he even had it set up to where he could go on his phone and use that like a monitor to kind of see what was going on with everything. But a lot of filming going on, so. But man, it was definitely a good time there. And then after the shows, we got to hang out with a lot of folks. We had the Conley staying there at the hotel we were at. Got to hang with them a bit. Man, just a decent amount of folks.
Hell yeah! I think the Conleys were the only people that hung out with us the entire time.
No, shout out to Travis Langley and his absolutely drop-dead gorgeous looking wife there, Haley. They hung out with us the first 2 days.
In small light, because
they were the tall and little couple.
Yeah.
Congrats to you, Travis, man. My hat's off to you.
Hell yeah, she's hot.
Damn. Singer of Truth, got to meet him. Awesome guy. We all got CDs of his band, which was just freaking unreal. So, got some pictures with him. He's an awesome guy. Didn't recognize him at first though, because I'm ready for some little long hair guy to come up to me, and it was clean cut, and I was like, huh? So awesome dude though, very awesome guy. So, and we even talked a little bit. There it is.
There it is.
There it is, baby. But we also, I talked with him a little bit on the side, and I think sooner or later I'm going to have him come on one of the shows, whenever he can get some free time, we can get it worked in. Like I said, real awesome guys. So, man, just so many cool people we met there. Too many to mention, but everybody was nice and friendly. I don't think we ran into any situations there, did we? Other than maybe when we were at the casino at the buffet and Mark just kept bumping into folks getting his plate filled up, but, so.
Get out the way, I need some food. Yeah, it was awesome. Everybody was so nice.
Yeah.
Like, it was nothing to complain about. It was awesome.
Yeah.
The only thing I could complain about was just waiting for the shuttle. That's it.
Yeah.
That was Travis's wife right there.
Yeah, there she is.
Man.
Damn, you got some creepy footage of her just dancing around. That's
that's what she
You
wanted.
didn't see what she's vaping on.
Oh, gosh. So what other good things did, I want to express that myself. I want to thank the iJoy people also. Man, they took, I think it was like 17 of us out to dinner.
Hell yeah.
And, I mean, something that they didn't have to do, but they did, and we all had a big time there. It was big monster group of folks that went. So we
And
sat
Daniel-
there, had dinner, had a good time.
Daniel warned them twice. When they said we'll take all your friends, Daniel warned them twice that
Yeah, are you
it's
sure?
not just a few American friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't know he had so many friends.
Yeah.
We got
No,
three.
actually, in the end, she thanked me. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
So thank you for breaking the bank.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't realize they had 3 shuttle buses of folks coming on this deal.
Food was awesome too.
There was that guy we caught picking his nose. All of us, a whole shuttle full of people were staring at this guy who noticed that we were staring at him while he was digging away.
Hell yeah!
That was hilarious.
By the way,
Of course,
we did officially break the hotel's shuttle van, and they had to get a replacement during the weekend. We were all trying to rock it and tip it.
I wish I remember the shuttle driver's name, because we had a little gentleman driving for us, and he was just tripping out on us because we were just giving it hell in that van, in there vaping. He was like, "Man, that stuff smells good."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, shout out to that guy, whatever his name was. He
was cool.
yeah,
it was.
Shout out to the $13 pulled pork sandwiches.
Oh my God.
Even though
that
they were
thing deserves
good.
a shout out for as much as we paid for it.
Fuck yeah.
It was wrapped in gold leaf, just so you know. Okay, no, it wasn't. It wasn't, but it should have been.
So I want to say this. I'm not knocking the city of Detroit. I understand they're under a little stress right now with things, but me and Mark were talking the other day, and I was talking with somebody else too, not even related to this, and I was going, the strangest thing that I've ever seen was being in a downtown area on a weekend where there was literally no people walking around. I seen one police car the entire time I was there in the downtown area. So it's like a freaking ghost town down there, and that's pretty strange for.
Me and Dirty saw the big building from Ghostbusters. I'm
Oh, really?
absolutely positive it was the building from
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it did look like it.
I think I've seen a few buildings from Ghostbusters in there because they all looked, vacated. But anyway.
I have a huge shout out to a girl called Stacy.
Oh.
I think, if I remember correct.
Shit.
I was a little afraid, but I did it. I autographed her with a marker felt close to the boob.
Close to the boobie?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Did you get?
So a big shout out to her.
Damn, why didn't we get to see this? Shit.
Damn, Daniel's a gangster, man.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm hearing of this one, Daniel. What's up?
I had a
It
great
was so
fetus.
unexpected. So unexpected.
Yeah, but we would have all been getting pimping tips from you the rest of the weekend if we knew that was up.
So
Because
hopefully DoubleTree is not watching this right now, but the little after parties that were in the rooms, which really weren't parties, they were just, we gathered in each person's room, and until we could no longer see in the rooms after we vaped them out and were setting fire alarms off and move on to the next one, we had multiple fire alarms go off throughout the night because we weren't the only ones staying there. I think everybody that was there that weekend was going to the expo. And I'd like to give a real special shout out. I'd like to give a special shout out to that asshole security guard that was trying to move us on down from the door where we were vaping at.
Oh yeah, what was his name? I forgot. I cussed him out when I left.
Yeah.
I called him a grumpy old bastard. I
No,
forgot.
you're talking about, that was the guy at the actual front door. This is at
Oh,
the
yeah,
hotel.
Oh, okay, okay.
You're
Yeah,
not
there was.
talking about the guy that said your smoke is coming inside?
Yes.
Yeah, that asshole. Because I told him off right while I'm like, dude, it's not smoke. Oh, I know. Then why the fuck are you calling it smoke? That's kind of a problem for us.
Mike Vapes went off on dude with us all staring there, and all we could do is just sit there and laugh. We were like, holy shit. We're going to get kicked out of this hotel before it's time to go yet, but
You guys are out of here.
I'm getting rid of y'all folks. But Yes, if you're going to a vape convention in Detroit, you better take about an extra $200-300 if you want to eat, because man, they sure gonna hit you on some food
Oh,
prices.
They will rape you. You would
Me
think
and
with
Mark,
the prices they charge, they would have a pretty good economy out there and a lot of shit going on downtown.
Me and Mark had been out walking around a little bit and decided, well, you know what, let's go try one of those pulled pork sandwiches. And I was the one that was in line first. And when he told me something like $13.50 for this little janky sandwich with some potato chips on the side, like, damn.
God damn, it better be a good sandwich.
Hell yeah,
That's good, but still.
I could buy a badass steak dinner around here for that. But
There was some crushed potato chips too, because the woman that was filling the things with potato chips, like while she was on her phone, she sat there and like crushed the chips in her hand as if it was like a stress reliever ball. And I'm like, before my order got served, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell am I gonna get? A bunch of crumbs? What are you doing, lady? They're chips.
yeah. I know when Brian found out what the price was, he told dude to load his basket up with some more chips. He was getting his money's worth.
Put some more chips in that thing.
Yeah, for $13.50, you could give me some more chips. They did.
And Mark's sitting there just going off because he sees the buns that are bought from a store down the street with the price tag on it.
Yeah, they had just regular old buns. They were $4.99 for an 8-pack, and I'm like, you motherfuckers are charging $13. You're getting some cheap ass store bought buns.
Oh, shit. So I'm going to go down the panel, if you can answer. What was probably the best thing you've seen at the show as of juice or hardware wise? And Daniel, I'm going to start with you.
Juice and hardware wise, maybe the glass caps for the aromomizer and all the other stuff.
The Trinity stuff?
Yeah, the Trinity stuff. And
Nice.
juice wise, maybe the juice on that booth very close to Pegasus, that juice with very big and beautiful boobs.
Oh yeah,
It was a great juice.
new drips on the block. Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah. I went to her and I asked, "Can I taste your juice?" The juice on the balcony, and laughed at me.
What about you, Daryl?
The Mason RDA and hanging out with Yosh, talking with him about it. And then as far as juice goes, I picked up this awesome vanilla custard. It's called the Goat from Supercharged Heaven, local company up there in Michigan. And I can't get enough of this. It's 12 vanillas and cream. No custard in it whatsoever, but it's like one of the best custards I've ever had.
Nice. What about you, Mark?
I like the Arctic Dolphin mods. They were really cool. The stabilized wood, and also I was really impressed with the Pancake Man display. They had a griddle out there, and they were making pancakes. They had butter and syrup and all whipped cream and shit.
Yeah,
And they had all the pancake. Yeah, I was hungry as hell. It smelled really good.
And didn't that guy look like Bud Bundy from Married with Children? Like
Yeah,
an older, modern version. What happened to him now?
I went over there to buy some, but he was too busy talking to somebody, so I didn't get any. But yeah, I loved that setup. It was really cool. He was making pancakes.
What about you, Zach?
Like they were saying, getting to talk directly with Yosh about the Mason RDA and the aromatized glass top cap, which I had no idea existed before this. And then as far as e-juice, it's not the most delicious e-juice I've ever had, but it's definitely a cool bottle, the Drip Head. And it's like
Nice.
the Crystal Skull bottle, kind of like that Dan Aykroyd vodka.
It's nice.
I think for me, and I feel a little disappointed now because after I got home, I watched a few videos from him. Yosh is an awesome dude, and I love his videos already. I can sit there and watch a couple of them because he brings that element to the table that he keeps you interested in his videos. I do like his stuff. But yes, this right here, which the public cannot even get yet, that most of us have our hands on right now, this is a pretty badass RDA. And I'd have to say juice for me, and just because I love her so much, because I love the juice. My little adore, because y'all ain't got it and I do. Also, the stud muffin. Now, one thing I didn't just try a buttload of juices there because after a while, and I mean, it's just pretty much common sense, you start trying a bunch of juices, they all just kind of start flowing in together, and it's like, you know, it's kind of pointless after a while.
Then eventually you don't taste anything more.
Exactly. You're just walking around vaping pretty much. But this stud muffin that we got, that's pretty good stuff right there. I really am liking that. So
yeah, it's really important when you go to these vape expos to stay to the juice profiles that you like. Don't overdo it. Drink a lot of water. Some booths had coffee beans that you could smell to kind of give you your sense back. And then, yeah, it's tough. You got to kind of cherry pick which juices you're going to try.
yeah.
I didn't know the purpose of those coffee beans before you just said that, Daryl. Because I thought, like, I went to some places that had coffee beans, and I realized none of their e-juices had any coffee flavors in them. So I was like, what's the purpose of this jar of like sniffable
Well,
coffee?
they're smuggling drugs, so it's to throw off the scent. The drugs
Yeah, like, that's what I was thinking. Like, should I reach in there and see if I can find a treat?
But that's one thing. At the end of the night, especially at the end of the weekend, like I couldn't taste any. I was so like I wasn't nicked sick. I was just like juiced out. Like my lungs were just like filled with juice, and everything tasted the same. It was just like, oh, I'm so tired of fucking vaping juice. Like I wanted to take a break. I was like overjuiced.
Well, I was overjuiced and overpacked with equipment. I didn't want to be underpacked, but I sure took too much with me. So
yeah, I did too.
And then took a shitload of stuff home. So my bags were like carrying around cinder blocks back to the airport. And I just knew when me and Fluffy got to Detroit, because we caught the same flight out of there to Chicago, I just knew when I started running my bags through there that they were going to hit me, because I had quite a few 120s going back with me. Man, they herd you through there like cattle. They ain't even studying that crap. So if anybody's worried about flying with too much equipment, don't worry about it. You'll get through there.
Yeah, I think I'm just bringing like 1 or 2 mods. 2 mods at the max when I go from now on. So I filled up my little K bag with everything and all other kinds of shit. Never even used none of it.
Yep.
Used one mod the entire weekend.
Only thing I used was a couple of sets of batteries. My battery charger did come in handy though. But yeah, I took way too much stuff with me. So, but
I'm bringing more charged batteries next time, because trying to keep my batteries charged and in my pockets was difficult, and I found myself.
I will say this though, if you have not purchased one, or you're thinking about it, and you're wondering about battery life for a day, most of us had RXs with us, RX 200. I started vaping on that early in the morning, and that took me into that night, and man, I did some hard-ass vaping that first day, and man, it lasted me all day long with no problems, and still had battery life for the next day if I wanted. Probably not much, but so that thing definitely gets some good travel time on it.
Yeah,
Also, the iStick TC100 is also very efficient. Lasts me almost the first day.
Wait a minute, I thought you were using a solo all week. You were forced to use an a solo.
No, the first day I arrived at Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then Thursday I just went to the convention to help setting up the booth, and then the first day was actually Friday at the convention.
And iJoy had a very nice booth set up too, by the way. It was looked very professional. It wasn't just something thrown together either. So they had one of the nicer ones there.
And by the way, I was also very surprised when the Arctic Dolphin guy recognized me, and he called me, and he thanked me for all the suggestions and the notes I sent to them. and then he gave me a firmware version that is not on the market right now. Now we have the same temperature control on the same materials, and we have now stainless steel.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
And a different and more appealing menu system.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very nice.
They've got some nice stuff. The only thing that we've seen that we might have to disagree a little bit on, me and Mark were sitting there talking to the lady with Arctic Dolphin, and they were showing us a new mod that they've got coming out, and, you know, told us the price tag that's going to be on it, and we were kind of like, you better put your foot on the brake there a little bit. That's going to be a little pricey, and people over here are probably not going to pay that for that. So, and she kind of looked at us like, oh, yeah, they will. And I'm thinking, oh, no, they won't.
$260, I think it was.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
and it was just it was a blank. It was just the outer shell of it and the wood inlay for it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to fly too well. That's pricey.
I think it's not only because of the stabilized wood. I was talking with him about the same, about being pricey. And it's also because they are using a 16-bit controller inside, and that's a little bit more expensive. I asked him what are your intentions with this mod, and he told me that the intentions are pretty much the same: temperature control on stainless steel and those materials. And I told him that a 16-bit controller is good, but if it is too pricey for a mod, that it is going to be already too pricey, just to do temperature control on stainless steel and not other materials is kind of overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most
All right, so if you had to price it, Daniel, what is the price tag would you put on it?
On that one, maybe without a 16-bit controller inside, I would put 150, 140.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, because there's even, I mean, mods more appealing to me that aren't near that price range that, to me, really in my eyes are actually better than that. So I just think they're going to have to drop.
Like the RX, for instance.
Yeah.
Drop that price, baby.
Drop it down.
I want to, hold on here. I just want to show this RTA that people are asking about in chat really quick.
Let me screen share you real quick, baby. All right, there you go.
The Apache, and to me it's like a VCMT, and it's 25 millimeter, and the major difference on this one is it has like a locking top fill, and you unscrew or unlock the drip tip, and when you unlock it, you could pop it open, fill it up, and then when you close it, it's not like the TFE4 where you just push it down and it closes. This one actually has a locking system, so you push it down, you turn it, bam, it locks. And then the deck on this one, kind of a pain to open up. It's so tight, but
Twist it, baby.
twist it. Has a really nice velocity deck on there.
Very nice.
So yeah, that looks just like the VCMT. Just doesn't have that little ring right there. And everything comes apart. Chimneys come apart. Glass comes apart.
Don't take the glass apart.
Everything comes apart.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
Does that hinge top? It looks kind of similar to like a Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Is that hinge pretty loose?
Yeah, it is loose, but that's why I'm thankful it has a locking system. Like, it's really like loose and bounces around. But there is an O-ring right there, and that's why I'm glad, because the Mad Hatter doesn't have a lock to it. The Mad Hatter just kind of pushes down and the O-ring seals it.
Yep.
But this one actually, when you turn the drip tip, it locks it in place and you can't even pull it up. I mean, you can't use your own drip tip. That's the only negative to it. But it's a pretty decent sized drip tip. This thing is actually pretty nice so far.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of stuff that we're going to nowadays has a fixed drip tip to it, and that's what you're going to use if you want to use that particular addy.
Man.
Oh, yeah. Are those out on the market yet, Mark?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I just got it yesterday, so I haven't really looked into it. I'm not sure. Not positive.
I challenge companies if they are going to do something like that, and if they actually need to have an integrated drip tip, I challenge companies to do something like the iSub, to have just a smaller one, but
Mm-hmm.
with some slots so we can grab them, but still capable of taking other drip tips.
That was definitely a good idea right there for that.
Yeah, I like that idea, but it just, when you put another drip tip on top of that, it looks kind of goofy looking because you got the little stainless steel part sticking up still. Like, I don't know, the drip tip on here is not bad. I don't like stainless steel drip tips though, but it would have been nice if they had some kind of option to use your own drip tip.
Yeah. So, have you got anybody got new product coming in other than that interesting or groundbreaking?
I got this new mod called the Noisy Cricket coming in.
Oh yeah.
Nice, never heard of that one.
You might have heard of it before.
I got a Joytech Ego IO, the Ego starter kit that has the blue LED light you can change and a child-proof lock. I'll put my video out later today. Yeah. Pretty cool little device. And then it comes with 2 stainless steel coils. That's it. And shit, oh, I did bring it with me. Okay, cool. Look at this little guy. Cute.
It's got blue lights in it, right?
You could change the light like 7 different colors. There, it's red.
Oh, nice.
Here, let me show you.
It looks really cool in a dark room because the tank and the juice light up.
Yeah. I got to turn it off. I like the blue light. Right now it's red. Now it's purple. Now it's green. Now it's light blue. So you can pick your color. But aside from that, it's a really good vape. It's like a great flavorful. This stainless steel coil is really flavorful, and the coil attaches to the top housing of this thing, and then like the tank is inside the mod with the battery in that compartment. So you fill it in there, and then this thing just, I guess, presses flush.
Yeah, you know,
power.
what was weird about it when I first got it and I opened it up out of the package, the gap between the top cap and the mod, and I didn't realize it was a child-proof cap. And I'm like, why is this not sitting flush? And I kept twisting it and trying to push it down, and I'm like, why will it not sit flush? And then I read the manual, and I said, oh, it's child-proof, so it has that little gap, so that way you could push it down like a medicine cap. You got to push down and then twist to remove the top cap, which is kind of a cool idea.
It is a cool idea. You know, little kids will get into shit. They will just grab. I'm vaping 80-20 juice in this, and it hits like a champ. So that's cool. Not like it's an exciting vaping product for me, but it's cool that this is on the market. And Joytech listened to people, and they provided something with stainless steel coils instead of just only going, because they were going in the nickel and titanium direction for a while. So they adapted nicely to what we've been asking.
Is it a bitch to clean that thing up, though?
I'm sure it'll be very much like the e-grip, where you have to carefully just pour water in there and try not to get it down the side into the USB. Of course, it's the tank is inside the housing there, so I don't like that. But if you're careful, it's not a problem.
Yeah, that's Angela Dawn gave Angela, my wife,
T18.
T18, and she wanted to start vaping, and then she's seen one of those. She's like, "Oh, I want that one."
Yeah,
She likes the way it looks, so I gave her one of those to try.
it does look cool. This is the first time Joytech ever sent me anything directly, so that's cool. I guess I'm starting to get on radars.
Hell yeah.
The other cool thing I got, this showed up from Camry. Camry is sort of related to SMY somehow. I don't know the relationship, but they usually don't have very good products at all. I've had a couple of Camry things, and I didn't like them too much, but this is badass. This is called a AK-47 mod.
Oh, you got
And
one of those.
That's it. So yeah, I'm about to send one to Mark.
Hell yeah. Show us that thing.
Let me hold on. Let me present you, Daryl. Okay.
The main reason, the second I took it out of the box, I was like, oh shit, I bet my Mason will fit on there. Flush, perfect 30 millimeter, and the housing on there. So there's your screen's kind of tiny. Your screen's not very big, but that's okay. It does the job. There's your plus and minus button, and then there's your power button. It does have temperature control. I haven't tested it out yet, but this red button here, there's like a catch up inside there, and this is the battery. So it's 3 cells. I believe it's a LiPo, and you plug it in right there into the USB, and then a little red light at the top glows. But look at that. Those are the contacts for the battery. I can't imagine they shoved 3 18650s in here, but I guess that's possible. I haven't opened it up.
That thing's awesome.
I don't know all the specs. It didn't come in a box. It didn't come with a user manual. This was in like bubble wrap, and then they emailed me specs on it. All it said about the power supply it was 3 batteries in series. So I guess that could be 3 18650s, but that would be kind of weird, no?
I don't know if.
I'm
Maybe.
thinking it's LiPo.
Yeah. That thing looks awesome, though.
If
So far,
they
so
are
good.
3 18650s, maybe they are kind of offset like
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be like that. It's possible. I really don't know, and I'm not going to open it up because I'm not the guy that fucking opens up mods and shit. That's your job, Daniel. So when you get this, you can do that for us.
Well, if you want it strength tested, go ahead and give that over to Brian. He'll give it a professional strength test.
Yeah, Brian can go like this and hit the button and drop the whole thing on the floor, and then we'll see how it survives.
If you hit the button, does the battery just drop out?
Yes,
Yep.
it does.
Okay.
That's why they call it the AK-47. It was inspired by gun enthusiasts and vapors. So, ST, I thought you might like that because
That is cool. That is definitely cool.
Where's the button located to release the batteries at?
Right
Right
next to
here.
the fire button.
here's the fire button.
Yeah.
Here's the battery release. It doesn't rattle.
Do you ever get confused which button it is sometimes or no?
No,
No.
I got it. I mean, there's a little beveled. You see, there's like a beveled edge here where the fire button is. So you kind of.
It might not be so much for the drinking enthusiast to vape something like that, because you might constantly forget where your button is and slamming that battery out all the time. So.
Yeah, it wouldn't be for people like Dean.
Yeah, so don't give it to me.
And then this thing is going to fall on your foot and break your foot too, because this fucking thing it's very heavy. By the way, I like it because it's heavy. It's like the perfect size mod. I had my Mason on the rouleau and it overhung by like a couple of millimeters. It was annoying me, and then just this fits perfect.
So what's the max wattage on that?
200.
Okay.
209 volts.
Does it ramp up immediately, or do you feel any lag to it, or?
No lag. I mean, I have a pretty big build in here, so that's going to take some power to push through 13 coils, dual coil 24 gauge Canthal. But no lag. So far, so good. I like it. I was pleasantly surprised.
Nice.
The last time Camry sent me something to review, it was a festering turd. So this is, and I was like not expecting something good. But the box was so heavy, I was like, I wonder what this could be. Gold bricks. So that's what I'm excited about.
Sweet. Daniel, did you have any mail waiting on you when you got back, and not bills and shit like that?
No, just the K-Fun Mini V3, the Gemini, and that's pretty much it. And the new and fixed coils for the Crixes. Not a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think Mark was probably disappointed more than anybody because when he got back, all he had was like a little 10 ml bottle of juice and some paperwork or something.
I had a pair of tweezers. Here, I'll show you. I got these bad boys right here. Where are they at? Oh yeah, I had these. This is my vape mail for the entire weekend with these things. Like, wow.
You scored, baby.
Hell yeah, I did.
Well,
Part of me was disappointed and sad, but the other part of me was happy that there was nothing there.
well, this next week, I'm certain you're probably going to come away with quite a bit. You might want to pack an extra bag in your bag so you can throw your crap in the spare bag.
Yeah. I'm hoping for a good like hardware turnout. I'm hoping to get like stuff that is not released yet, that they'll let me like, take home and show off. But I might depending on how on how many vendors are there and how much like cool stuff is there, I might just shoot a video each day with my phone or my iPad and just upload it to YouTube if there's like a lot of new stuff there. Because when I was looking at one of the 2015 events on YouTube, I mean these things were awesome looking as events. So there might be a lot of cool like new stuff. So if that's the case, I'll record a little video for the day, do like a little Vegas kind of vlog each day while I'm there.
And this particular event is not open to the public, so no public allowed into this. It's during the week. It's strictly for business to business and all the vendors and stuff. So
yeah, I didn't know that until someone pointed it out to me. I'm like, holy shit, it's only open to business? I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So you really get a good chance to look at some stuff in there and get to know. You said you've already had quite a few folks contact you about them showing up for it?
Yeah, like Element Vape, Lizamo, I mean, everybody. All the companies that I reviewed for, have done reviews for, are going to be there. So that's why I'm really excited to go there.
Nice.
Hey, Mark, is that called the TPE show?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it, TPE.
So, since we've got a little bit more time here, I'm going to keep putting old Marky B on the spot. Mark, you want to give us a little insight on your cloud maker? Not cloud maker, your what is it? Your fucking cloudy lips or whatever that.
Vaper Lips thing?
Yeah.
I did the video, and there were some issues with the company, and I just addressed the issues. I just talked about the issues with the company in the video, and of course the company responded, and they weren't really mad, but you could tell they were kind of bothered by it because they kept emailing me, and then I guess people that had orders with the company were canceling their orders because they were so worried that they weren't going to get their mods, and so I had to do I didn't do another, I did the vlog, the Detroit vlog, and I kind of mentioned in that vlog that not to panic, that Vaper Lips isn't going out of business, and the guy that didn't quit days ago, he quit months ago, and that people are still going to get their mods. It's still going to be a long, lengthy process, like 8 to 10 weeks to get your mod, but I guess people were starting to panic. And the thing that Vaper Lips was talking about, or what their argument was that all these issues happened in 2015, and that I did a video in 2016. So I was talking about things that happened last year. So people were, I don't know, I guess that people were panicking. So they told me not to panic, tell people not to panic. They're not closing doors, they're not shutting down, whatever. But I don't know. It just, when I put a photo up of that mod when I first got it, and when I have customers contact me from a company saying they didn't get shit, that's normally like a bad sign. And then when I get pointed to a Reddit post of people complaining they didn't get shit, I mean, I have to include that in the video, And plus, since they didn't tell me nothing about that when they sent me the mod, they should have said, hey, Mark, by the way, We had a few issues with some customers. If you read anything or hear anything, don't panic about it. You know, we're trying to get it under control. But they never told me that. So to me, that they were hiding something. So that's why I had to bring it up. And I wasn't trying to bash the company or trying to, you know, destroy the company. But I mean, they're expensive mods. They're like, their cheapest mod is like $250. Their most expensive one is $500. So it's a lot of money and it's a long waiting period.
Yep, definitely.
So I had to put it out there.
All right. I should have brought this up earlier, but I want to get this out too because this actually happened while we were in Detroit, and you know, I'm just looking for opinions of what people think. So, people in chat, please answer this too, or just type in what you think. But this is for the panel too, because I know we have a lot of maybe different opinions on it. Maybe. What is your opinion or response to the video that was released while we were in Detroit, and that being the home tech one? Look at, I see Zach already over there shaking his head.
Yeah.
I'm curious, I mean, because this was just released, and, you know, I know once again, we talk about it a lot, but, I mean, that was pretty, I was shocked to see that video, if more than anything, and that was just my feeling to it, just being shocked. But what are y'all's feelings about it? And not just so, let's not get too deep into it, but I'm just kind of curious of what your thoughts are real quick.
I think it was pretty much the same thing we have been seeing regarding the home wrecker. So it's the same very vague video, trying to show that it works, but in the end not showing anything regarding the mod working and doing what is advertised. And then in the end, the same exact excuse because the edit they used was this and that. So it was, for me, in my opinion, was an hour and 20 minutes of my life wasted just to watch the same exact shit from the same exact mod and the same exact company. Now, the thing that I was really surprised and the thing that really pissed me off was the fact that every or the video that was pretty much the same thing that we have been seeing was on Phil's channel. That's what is more disappointing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left a comment on his channel, and he responded to me, and so did Home Tech, and so did somebody who was a fanboy of, or a fangirl, as a matter of fact, of Home Tech. But ultimately, and I said this to Phil, like, look, I still respect Phil's opinion very highly, but on this particular issue, I have to disagree. I think he didn't take them to task. I wanted him to take them to task. Like, ask the pointed questions, get the answer. And every time he asked questions, he seemed to let them slither out of an actual answer.
Yeah, and by the way, that website with the chip you found,
They took it down.
if you access the same link, that chip that they took it down.
Yeah, but I have screenshots of all that stuff before
Yeah.
they took it down with their own home tech information on it, so they can attempt to try and like hide and you know, obfuscate the truth, but the truth is, you know, anybody with reasonable sense can see through it.
What I liked about the video was when they were going through like how to set it up. I forget, I put a timestamp in the video, but they were going through setting it up, and he's getting ready to take a vape, and he's like, okay, I got it at 90 watts, 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Takes 2 deep inhales, and like nothing comes out. And I'm like, holy shit, 90 watts, 500 degrees, and that's all you got off it? Like, wow.
Yeah. I remember that.
But I mean, I guess that in the video they're saying, you know, now it has to do with the way you wick it. It could be the cotton. There's so many different variables that play into it that could make it not work and not vape correctly. So it's just, but when I commented on it, I'm just saying, my argument was that it was rushed and that, you know, apparently they needed to test it more because they're coming out with firmware updates like every week.
Yeah.
So but they're coming out with a new mod, so maybe that one will be. I think they're using the same board in it too.
The same Chinese
Yeah,
board.
I pointed out that the chip was available in Shenzhen, China back in 9/30/2015. And even though that chip wasn't out, he said that it's a clone and somebody released it from, like, I guess the internal development team. So in other words, they had a mole at the highest level. That's their claim now, is that even though that chip was out before the Homewrecker G2 came out, their chip is actually the real chip, and that's a clone. And it was because somebody in the development phase, I don't know, went AWOL. I have, like, it's always you had a prototype, you didn't have the right coil, the right wick, it's always some excuse. I just want to know, how does it work? That's it. I don't care whether it works. I just want to know, how does it even attempt to work? And I can't get that answer.
Well, Zach brought up a good thing too, because we were all in the room watching this, and Zach brought up the fact that what would be awesome is, for all the statements that have been made about this, and you got to do this, you got to do that to it for it to work correctly, the guy stated in the video that his engineers, this is what they had done. Well, Zach was like, well, let us have their engineers on the live show and let people like Daniel and Zach, kind of question them about it. Let's get down to the real hardcore facts on it, because I know Zach's background, I know Daniel's background, and these guys right here, if you're trying to blow smoke up somebody's ass, they're going to pick up on it real quick. They'll know what's up with it. So.
Well, another thing too is, and I've demanded this a couple of times as well, like, if their battery tech is true, if their chip is true, if they're the ones that designed the chip, then there should be a patent number somewhere. Just show me the patent information, just so I can verify that you seriously did this. Because if you're not serious about it, you're not going to spend $5,000 on a patent. But if you are seriously inventing a chip and a new way to do stuff, you're going to patent that shit. Evolve has a patent on their chip that they've had since the beginning. And the batteries too. They said they came out with new technology. Okay, then where's the patent? New technology requires a patent, or else somebody's going to steal it from you tomorrow. So where's the patent? And then beyond just that, if they learn to do temperature control by just connecting it to any kind of metal, any kind of wire, then where is Fluke? Where is Klein Tools? Where is DeWalt? They should be knocking down their door so that they can add this to their next multimeter, their next $500, $1,000 multimeter, whatever. This technology would be sought after right now.
Well, and I think we all agree, and a whole lot of others. I mean, we were rooting Basardo on when that video began, with him just laying it down, and then bam, everybody's heart sank when dude stepped through the door. But anyway, so I won't get any more in depth on that. Just thought I'd like to hear y'all's opinions. Thanks for y'all out in chat looking at that. And
Now, my point on the ohm wrecker, and I told this to the guy who sent it to me very nicely, is, look, if the thing is so fucking complicated to get to work the way he says it does, then nobody's going to have the patience to sit there and fiddle with the thing. I mean, most people just want to vape.
True. Yeah, I don't want to sit there and figure out a ton of stuff just to vape. So.
He told me that there's a new firmware update that should make it easier to use. Okay, fine, I agreed. I'll do that. But if it's still complicated to use, I'm not going to go. I don't want to sit down and have to do research and study just to use a mod, because there's plenty of other ones that you could pick up and just hit the fire button.
Yep.
You know what they should do? I was thinking about this. Since the mod is so finicky in Kanthal mode or temp mode with Kanthal, depending on which tank you use, which cotton you use, what kind of coil, they should design a tank that works specifically for that mod with Kanthal and temp control. So that way they can completely, build the tank or the atomizer to completely suit the mod, and so that it works perfectly in temp mode with Kanthal.
Yeah.
And maybe include the tank with the mod, or just sell the tank separately. And then that way they can't give the excuse of it's the wrong tank, it's the wrong coil, it's the wrong cotton.
If they would just remove if they would just remove the words temperature control on Canthol. If they would just say dry hit prevention or change it to something else and not give the illusion that it's actually temperature control, then I would leave them alone tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what's making that's their major selling point for the G2, because if they don't have that, it's just going to make it a version 1, you know? So that's what their major selling point is, that it's temp control with Canthol. But if they don't have that, there's not really a difference between that and the V1.
Dwayne made a good comment there. He said if the director of the company has to come to your house to show you how to use it, it's probably not a great device.
Yeah. Good point. Very good point.
Yeah.
And I think I joined with Yes Solo a while ago. They were going the same way, trying to call it temp control, and I'm glad they didn't, because they would be on the same exact
Right. They would be on the
place as Home Wrecker now.
Yeah, the Home Wrecker is on level with the A Solo. And if they would just name it like that, then I would leave them alone.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they should design a tank. That seems like a really good idea.
Yep.
Well, I think the last call of business, and this is going to be a very interesting portion, is what day? Oh, we're Thursday. Tomorrow night. What time is it, Mark, for the show tomorrow night?
8 p.m. Central Time on Vaping with Twisted 420's channel.
Yes, Mark
Yeah.
Twisted is doing his first live show and going to have on Mark, Mike, and Thesis. So that ought to be pretty interesting there. So y'all definitely go check that out tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm very interested in see how that turns out.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good show. Of course, I'll be at work and have to sneak it in here and there, but give me a little shout out, Mark.
Hell yeah, I'm ST Vape. I have an ST Vape sign behind me. Like, where's that?
Hell yeah. But, all right, guys, we're fixing to wrap this up. Thanks for joining us, as always. Once again, yes, sir.
Real quick before we say goodbye, could I give a shout out to Vape Northeast?
Yes,
Foxwoods
sir.
Casino coming up, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend. That's March 18th, 19th, and 20th, is going to be in Connecticut at Foxwoods Casino. It's vapenortheast.com, and they're actually setting aside a big-ass booth for reviewers. So any YouTube reviewers, no matter the size of your channel, if you got a channel, come on by, hang out. Phil Basardo is going to be there, and it should be a really good weekend. Mark, I'm not sure if you were able to swing going. I know you were trying to get out there. Do you know about that yet, if you're going or not?
No, because I'm leaving Vegas on Friday, and that means I would have to fly from Vegas straight to Connecticut, which I can't. That would drain the life out of me. I don't have it in me to do that.
Mark's not travel savvy yet. You got to get. You got to baby steps.
Yeah, he's still holding my hand, so.
Hey, man.
This is my first time going by myself, so it's kind of scary.
Okay, we'll miss you. You will be missed.
I will be there in spirit.
If you're in the within a reasonable driving distance, come and find us. Mike Vapes is going to be there. Brian Vapor Chronicles, Dirty's going to be there. Andrew's flying up from Alabama. He'll be there. We all rented a house, and yeah, it should be a fun weekend.
Yeah, I forgot to mention. I apologize for that, but yes, Foxwood is weekend after next. So, of course, that one's been talked about for a good long while now. So, but that one's definitely coming up there. A lot of great people to see again. I wish I could do every one. I wish we could our group do every one of them, but I wouldn't have a home to come back to, so I need a place to stay. So, but all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Like I said, thanks for watching, and let's do some outros. I'm gonna start it off with Zach.
What's going on, people? Baby moderation. You know where to find me.
Mark.
Thanks for coming out, everyone. Be sure to check out Vape Team tonight at 9 Central. You'll see me, Mikey, and Brian. Other than that, thanks for joining us.
Nice. Daryl.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us on the show, the True Vapors Show. This is Daryl, Quest for Vape.
Daniel.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is True Vapor Show, and I'm Daniel, DJ LSP Vapes.
And he will sign your boob.
He has boobs.
Hell yeah.
If you pay the plane ticket, he will come out to do it. So
What if you don't have boobs? You're a guy. Will you sign other parts of anatomy?
You need to grow them.
damn. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Let's get a vape and then get the hell out. See you next week, peeps.
Bye.
Bye bye.